In this video, I'm going to run you through a number of harp harmonic patterns for your guitar playing. Harp harmonics bring a very unique, magical sound to your playing, and today I will show you some of the most common patterns used when arpeggiating chords with harp harmonics, and how to apply these patterns to chord progressions, creating incredibly beautiful sounding music. Hi, I'm Simon Candy from acousticguitarlessonsonline.net, and there's nothing quite like harp harmonics. Not only do they bring an incredible sound to your playing, harp harmonics also make things that would otherwise be near on impossible to play with regular notes easily possible, making the sound you get with them even more unique. I will demonstrate this to you very shortly, but first, if you are new to harp harmonics, then I strongly suggest you watch the video that is linked in the top right hand corner of this video first, as this will give you the basic technique of playing harp harmonics on your guitar. That said, in this lesson I will run you through several harp harmonic arpeggio patterns that use a number of approaches common to this style of playing. I will run you through each one in detail before showing you a beautiful sounding chord progression to which we will apply each pattern. Be sure to watch the video to the end to learn of a free resource I've created for you to take your harp harmonic playing even further. So let's get into it. Okay, so the first pattern we're going to look at is actually two patterns, but they're very, very similar, and they would be the most common, in my experience, most common harp harmonic patterns that you'll probably come across, and therefore will get a lot of mileage out of. So what I'll do is I'll play the pattern for you first on open strings, and then I'll break it down for you, and then we'll apply it to a chord. Okay, so here's the first pattern. Okay, one more time. Okay, now this pattern starts with a harmonic on string 6, then an open third string, harmonic on string 4, open second, harmonic on string 3, or string 4 is that? String 4, and then the open first string, then harmonic on string 3, and we repeat the open third string, harmonic on 4, open second, harmonic on 5, open 3, and harmonic on 6. That's the pattern. All right, now there's another pattern that's a slight variation, and all it does, basically the same pattern, but it begins with a regular note. So that first pattern began with the harmonic. This one begins with a regular note, open fourth string, and it sounds like this. Okay, you might think nothing was different. It almost isn't, but it's a subtle difference. So this time we start with a regular note, and it's the open fourth string. So I play that, then my harmonic on 6, open third, harmonic on 5, open second, harmonic on 4, open first, harmonic on 3, then open first repeats to start coming back down, harmonic on 4, open second, harmonic on 5, open third, harmonic on 6, and then open fourth. Okay, so again it sounds like this. And we identify that pattern as the one that starts with a regular note. The one I did before that started with the harmonic. Finished with a harmonic. Let's apply those two patterns to a chord. So I'm going to play a B minor 11 chord. Very simple. All you do is bar the 7th fret. That's your B minor 11. And remember, now, again, if you don't understand the techniques I'm using here, you need to watch the video linked in the top right hand corner. So check that out. If you do, fantastic. Then we've got our B minor, and we know we've got to sound the harmonic 12 frets above from where the fretting hand is. So if I'm barring the 7th fret, I'm over the 19th fret. Okay, that's where I'm going to sound these harmonics. Okay, so I'll play the pattern with the harmonic first. And once more with that one. Okay, and then I'll play the pattern with the regular note first. And again. Okay, so that, or those rather, are the first two patterns. They're very common. You can apply them to any chord progression. You'll see us we'll do that a little bit later on. And they become very, very useful. You'll get a lot of mileage out of them with your harp harmonics. Okay, so let me show you a bit of an extended arpeggio pattern here based off of the previous pattern, more specifically the pattern that started with the harmonic note. So what we're going to do is we're going to add, I'll do it on open strings here first, we're going to add a lower extension to our arpeggio pattern here, and that's going to be played with the index, middle, and ring fingers. So what I'm going to do before I play any harmonic is get each of those fingers, or each finger will pluck the 6th, then I'll get my middle to pluck 5, and my ring finger will pluck the 4th string, open strings here. That's the lower extension, and then I go into the pattern that we just had a look at that started on the harmonic note, playing harmonic on 6, open 3rd, harmonic on 5, open 2, harmonic on 4, open 1st, and then at this point I'm going to play some harmonics consecutively in a row, that being on the 3rd string, the 2nd, and the 1st, and that is the upper extension to my pattern here. So we had the lower extension, then we launched into the Harp Harmonic Arpeggio, and then we get an upper extension by playing harmonics not just on the 3rd string but the 2nd and the 1st. That's the top of the arpeggio, and then I come back down. So let me play it through on open strings here. Okay, really cool. We get a big range there, and I'm going to show you in a moment. But before we do that, let's take that pattern and let's apply it to our B minor 11 chord here at the 7th fret. So because I'm at 7, I need to be over the top of the 19th fret, and if I apply this pattern, it sounds like this. Okay, and again. I said earlier in the introduction of this video that harp harmonics are not only a really cool sound, but they allow you to play things in a way that is more awkward to play, and sometimes, not in this case so much, but certainly in other cases, almost impossible to play. And I'll show you here with this particular example. So if I wanted to play what I just played there with harp harmonics using regular notes, then this is how it would sound. Well, it would sound with all regular notes, but watch my fretting hand. I'm going to have to do this. Okay, it doesn't sound nearly as good, of course, but notice I had to go up to the top string, I had to move all the way up to the 19th fret and come all the way back down. Now I'm getting every single one of those notes without moving my fretting hand at all, and my picking hand doing the harmonics, the harp harmonics, is just over the 1 fret here. Again, this with harp harmonics and that extended arpeggio pattern sounds like this. Okay, so really cool. There's no way I'm able to get that sound, not as fluent, even with regular notes, having to cover such range. But notice the incredible range we get. We're going from this note all the way up to this note in one position. And then, of course, coming back down. So this is a really cool pattern. I use this one a lot because I like the lower and upper extensions or combinations of it. So that is a really cool extended harp harmonic arpeggio pattern. Okay, so let's have a look at another pattern. It's a little bit different. This time, instead of playing the harmonic and regular notes one after the other and running up arpeggios, giving that really nice cascading harmonic sound, this time we're going to play the harmonic and the regular note together at the same time, so they harmonize together. There's lots of possibilities, but let me show you a couple here. So I'm going to take the harmonic on string 6, and at the same time as playing that harmonic, I'm going to play the pluck with my ring finger, the open 4th string. So I get this. Okay, I get the harmonic and the regular note together, and I'm going to run up in string pairs like this. I'm going to play 6 and 4, then 5 and 3. Then 4 and 2, and then 3 and 1, and then come back down. 4 and 2, 5 and 2, 3, 6 and 4. Okay, so if I put that together, sounds really nice. Now you might find when you first do this that the regular note may overpower your harmonic a little bit. I mean, they are going to sound different, but if that's the case, be patient, practice this, you will balance up the sound between the harmonic and the regular note. Now another possibility would be to add another regular note to the pattern here. So let's say this time I play a harmonic on string 6, and then my middle finger will play string 4, and my ring finger will play the open 3rd string, and we get this. Okay, so now I've got the harmonic note and then 2 regular notes. So my middle and ring fingers are playing strings 4 and 3, and my index is playing the 6th string. And then we can go up and play the 5th harmonic and open 3 and 2. And then the 4th harmonic and open 2 and 1. And then we can come back down to 5, 2 and 3, and strings 6, 4 and 3 where we started. So if I put that together, okay, so it's just adding another regular note. Okay, so let's apply these 2 patterns to our good old B minor 11 chord. So again, I fret it. I'm fretting the 7th fret with my first finger, barring, and then I'm playing over the 19th fret and that first note together pattern over my chord, and again. Okay, and the second pattern where I added the regular note, another regular note to the harmonic, sounds like this. Okay, so notes together sound really good, and mixing and matching notes together and separate notes and single notes and so forth sound really, really good too, which we're about to find out. Okay, so once you've got some of these patterns going on isolated chords, we want to apply them to a chord progression. So I've got a nice chord progression here I'm going to show you that we will take each pattern and apply it to. I'm going to start with a G6-9 chord. So this is the shape I'm playing. This is the shape I'm going to apply my pattern to. Then I'm going to change to a G minor 9 chord. Then I'm going to go to an F. This is like an F major 13 chord. Then from there I'll go to F minor 11. Or an F minor 9, I guess we'd call that, and an E minor 9. Okay, call it a 9 or an 11, depending which notes we include, but let's not get distracted with the chord names here. Okay, so that's our chord progression. G6, 9, we'll call it G minor 11, then F major 13, F minor 11, and E minor 11. Okay, very nice chord progression. Let's take the first pattern that we had. Remember, just the single note starting. Let's start with the harmonic. And remember, you need to trace the chord. So I've got notes in different frets here. So I'm not just over the 1 fret here. I'm exactly 12 frets above the note I'm sounding the harmonic of. So again, if you don't know what I'm talking about here, that's because you need to watch the video linked in the top right hand corner. Do that and then you'll know what I'm talking about. So we're going to take the note harmonic first pattern, where we started with a harmonic note, and I apply that to this chord. Then I change to my next chord in the progression, G minor 11. And then I go to my F13, major 13. Then my F minor 11. And then the E minor. Okay, really nice. Nice progression, and made even better, more beautiful with the harp harmonics. So let me just play that one together. Okay, so really nice. Now we could apply the other pattern as well, where you played the regular note first. little bit different. Okay, what about the extended pattern? Well, let's see how that sounds. I don't know if I'd do it necessarily on every chord. Maybe as an exercise, it might not be a bad idea. Let's just see what happens. So this first chord with the extension. Okay, I could do it on the second. Okay, something like that. I wouldn't normally do the extended pattern on every chord like that, or run the whole pattern, okay? So we're sort of just doing some drills here to get used to applying each pattern, each approach to this chord progression. So the only pattern left really is the notes together. So let's just take the first one I did, which was the pairs of strings. So if we did that, okay, so the whole point is to take the patterns that you've been working on, isolated chords, like you start on open strings, isolated chords, now let's apply them to a chord progression, so you're having to deal with chord changes and constantly refocusing where those fingers need to go for the harp harmonics. So it does take a little bit of time getting used to the visualization element to harp harmonics, so be very patient with it, but it sounds great. And typically when you apply this stuff, you mix and match. So let me see if I can play through this chord progression and do a little bit of everything, or bits and pieces of what we've just had a look at. Okay, something like this. Okay, so notice I didn't necessarily finish the arpeggio before moving to the next chord, and I was kind of doing my best to kind of mix things up a little bit of the extension on some of the chords, not with others. I didn't do notes together there, but you could bring those in, so you might do something like this. A little bit of both approaches there. Okay, so something like that. If you like the sound of harp harmonic patterns that we've covered in this lesson, then you are going to love this free ebook video I've created for you called 5 Breathtaking Harp Harmonic Chord Progressions for Acoustic Guitar. Now, harp harmonics work just as well on an electric guitar, so don't be misled by the title. This ebook is not only going to consolidate everything you've learned about harp harmonics so far, but it will also show you how to apply these to a collection of chord progressions in various ways. You will learn some of the most common patterns for your picking hand when it comes to playing harp harmonics, in addition to the patterns that we've been learning today, and some equally common ways of applying these patterns to some very cool sounding chord progressions. Embedded in the ebook are videos of myself playing each example so you can see exactly what I'm doing. Harp harmonics are a very visual thing when learning, so the video is going to help you greatly as you see me play each example. So click the link in the description below this video and download your free ebook video, 5 Breathtaking Harp Harmonic Chord Progressions for Acoustic and Electric Guitar. You'll have it in your inbox within minutes. Let me know in the comments section what guitar topics you would like to see covered in future videos. I read every comment and I would love to hear your suggestions. If you like this video, then hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. And don't forget to hit the notification bell button so YouTube can tell you when I release a new video. This is Simon Candy from acousticguitarlessonsonline.net. Thanks for watching this video. As always, I appreciate your time and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.